We're going to be dividing decimals by whole numbers. The first important thing that you need to know is how to read a division problem. So what is being divided goes inside the doghouse or the division house. So that is called the dividend. Okay. What divides into the dividend is called the divisor. Divisor. And then the answer to a division problem is going to be your quotient. So if you have not filled these in on the front page of your notes, go ahead and do so now. Remember that 7 5/10 over 3, written as a fraction, is another way to write 7 5/10 divided by 3. The fraction bar means division. Okay, we're going to do this problem together. It is 365 2/10 divided by 4. So when you write this, you're going to draw your doghouse. The 4 is the divisor. That's what's going into 365 2/10. So you have your decimal. Oops. So there we go. So you look at your divisor 4 and you say, can 4 go into 3? No, 3 is smaller than 4. Can 4 go into 36? Yes, 4 goes into 36 9 times. So you write your 9 above the 6. It's really important for you to be neat and to line things up. So this is the first step, and this is the divide step. So we're going to divide first. After that, you multiply. You take the 9 in the quotient and you multiply it by 4, and you get 36. That's your second step. So you divide, then you multiply. Then we're going to subtract. 36 subtracted from 36 is 0. So then you subtract, and then you bring down. So bring the 5 down, and that's your next step, is to bring down. Then you're going to go back and you're going to repeat. You're going to divide. 4 goes into 5 once. You put the 1 over the 5. Then you multiply 1 times 4. Then you're going to subtract, and you get 1. And again, you bring the 2 down. 4 goes into 2 3 times. Then you're going to multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Then you're going to subtract. You get 0, and you are all finished with the division. The last step you have to do is to bring up the decimal straight into your quotient. So your answer is 91 3/10. When you're dividing and your divisor is a whole number, you don't have to move the decimal. As long as the divisor is a whole number, you just divide in, and at the end, you shoot the decimal through the roof of your division house. So what you're going to do now is you're going to complete this problem. Then you're going to go to the next slide, and you're going to self-check it. So complete the whole problem, then play the video on the next slide, and you're going to correct any mistakes that you have. So now we have a fraction. We have 10 675 thousandths divided by 25. So your top dog, or your numerator, always goes inside the house. So we have 10 675 thousandths, that's your dividend, and it's being divided by your divisor, which is 25. So the bottom dog, or the bad dog, goes outside the house. The top dog, or your numerator, goes inside the house. So you ask yourself, can 25 go into 1? No. Can 25 go into 10? No. Can 25 go into 106? Yes, it goes in 4 times. 4 times 25 is 100. And if you can't do that in your head, and you don't know that, you'll come on over to the side and show your work, and you'll work it out. 5 times 4 is 20, carry your 2. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Then you're going to subtract, get 6. Then you're going to bring down the 7. 25 goes into 67 2 times. Again, if you don't know 25 times 2, you're going to come on over to the side and do that. 25 times 2 is 50. So you did your multiplication. Now you're going to subtract and you're going to bring down. 25 goes into 175 7 times. 7 times 25. Again, if you don't know that, you're going to come on over here to the side. 25 times 7, that's 5. Carry the 3. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 3 is 175. Subtract, and you're left with 0. I'm not done yet. I need to shoot my decimal straight through the roof. So my answer is 427 thousandths. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to complete this problem, 35 and 95 hundredths divided by 33. You're going to pause the video. We want you to do the work on your own. Then whenever you're done, hit play and I'll work through the problem and you can check your work. If you have any mistakes, make sure you correct it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that same process. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So inside your doghouse is going to go 35 and 97 hundredths. And again, your divisor's a whole number. So you're just going to divide like you normally would as if it was 2 whole numbers and put in your decimal at the end. The top dog always goes in the doghouse or your numerator. And then the bottom, or bad dog, 33, always is your divisor. 33 cannot go into 3. But 33 goes into 35 once, so that is your division. Then you multiply 1 times 33, and you get 33. Then you're going to subtract, you get 2. So when you are done subtracting, you want to look at this 2, whatever you subtract, and it should be smaller than your divisor. Because if it's the same amount as your divisor, meaning 33 whenever I subtracted, whatever I get for the answer, or larger, it means that 33 can go into that number more times. So you always want to make sure what you subtract is smaller. So now I'm going to bring down my 9, and I'm going to say, can 33 go into 29? No, it can't. 29 is smaller. I have to put a 0 there because it goes in there 0 times. It can't go into 29. So I'm going to go 0 times 33. So I'm doing my multiplication. Then I'm going to subtract. And I'm going to bring down. 33 can go into 297. Well, what I want to say is how many times, I'm going to look at this 3, and I'm going to say how many times can 3 go into 29? Well, let's see. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 9 is 27. So I'm going to try 3 times. So I'm going to come on over to the side, and I'm going to do 3 times 9. I'm sorry, 33 times 9. That's 27. Carry the 2. That's 297. So it goes in there 9 times. That's my division. Now I'm going to multiply 9 times 33, and I'm going to get 297. You're going to subtract, and I don't have a remainder. I'm not done. What I now need to do is shoot that decimal straight through the roof. So my answer is 109 hundredths. If you feel comfortable dividing a decimal by a whole number, you can go ahead and start the facing math. You're going to do the front side. If you'd like to do another problem, do the next problem, and then watch the video to self-check. For this last problem, you're going to complete the problem on your own and pause the video before you start. When you're all done, you're going to hit play, self-check, and be sure to correct any mistakes. So what you're going to start with is you have 96 and 24 hundredths divided by 12. Your first number is your dividend, 96 and 24 hundredths, and you're going to divide it by 12, which is your divisor. You're going to divide first, then multiply, then subtract, and then bring down. So you're going to start off by saying, can 12 go into 9? And it can't. Can 12 go into 96? Yes. And what you're going to do is, if you don't know how many times, you're going to come on over to the side and you're going to do guess and check. And I'm going to guess 9 times. So then 2 times 9 is 8, carry the 1, that's 108. That's too big. So now I'm going to try 12 times 8. 2 times 8 is 6, carry the 1, that's 96. So it's going to go in there 8 times. Then I'm going to multiply. 12 times 8 is 96. I'm going to subtract. 0 is less than 12, so I'm going to bring down the 2. 12 can't go into 2, so it goes in there 0 times. So I'm going to do 0 times 12 is 0. I'm going to subtract, and then I'm going to bring down the 4. 12 goes into 24 2 times. And again, if you don't know, you come on over to the side and you do your multiplication out. I multiply 2 times 12 and get 24. I subtract, it's 0. I have to make sure I raise the roof and put my decimal in, shoot it straight through that roof, and my answer is 8 and 2 hundredths. Congratulations, you are done. Congratulations, you are done. You may now work on the facing math, the front side. Good luck.